What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Francis here, aka guys. Already on the spot. Whenever you hear that tune banging, it's about time to get to it. So this week's episode is already in. It's another amazing, amazing episode here at K Spot, and as like the previous one, this one also has a theme. This one is gonna be called the quarantine birthday. Now you may ask yourself, why the quarantine birthday? You know, this week is my birthday week. Actually, the whole month is starting from June. That's where I'm born in June. Shout out to everyone born in June, all the June babies. Much love for you people wherever you are. And those who have celebrated birthdays earlier this month, earlier this week, we've done before. But for me, it's gonna be this week actually, on the 20th. So the whole week is just a blast for me. I'm grateful. I'm happy. Um, Though on the flip side, it's not been that an easy week for me. A lot has gone down. So many things have happened. So it's not yet done, but um, so far it's not been so easy. Some rough things along the way. One of my grandparents, like my paternal grandpa, passed away. Sad news. It happened, but anyway, that's life, and I hope she gets a peaceful rest in our next life. So, putting that sad news aside, life went on. A lot of things happened. So I wanted to theme this episode as the quarantine birthday. And, you know, uh, we're gonna be. I just want to be talking about like giving you some like tips, and it's not a normal birthday. Like the normal birthdays before the lockdown. When I say normal, I mean like when life used to go. Right now, life is just kind of on sideways. We don't know what's going on. So everything is not normal at all. So when I say during the normal birthdays, I mean the period before this whole lockdown thing happened to the world. So used to host parties. We have used to celebrate birthdays in a different way. But ever since this pandemic, lockdowns and all this social distancing thing came up, now all our celebration patterns changed. We have to celebrate in a different way, observing the social distancing, and limiting the number of people coming through. You can't have a certain number of people over to gather around to have a celebration. So that makes it really weird. But anyway, we need to be healthy and alive on the same side, on the same at the same time. So that's why we need to observe all these rules put in place of social distancing and avoiding gatherings, because you never know who will be the carrier. So now here's the thing. I have an idea. Like I know I'm not the only one celebrating my birthday, and there's a lot of people out there. Um, could be we could be celebrating. Some will be celebrating today, tomorrow, or even those who will be having like celebrating on the same day as me, which is gonna be on the 28th. Like in I think 2-3 days now. So I came up with some tips that I want to share with you. That you may use when it comes to celebrating this lockdown birthday, this abnormal birthday. So you may use those ones. I don't know which one I will use myself, but I will share with you if I make a final decision of which one I will be using. But I'm gonna be giving you some ideas. First of all, um, remember, most of the the people everywhere, when it means a lockdown, that means you're not allowed to go to interact with people. That means the only place you have is your house. Let's say you're a couple living together. So one of the best things you can do, for example, you want to surprise your significant other on their birthday, you can choose to, to decorate. You can decorate the house. Maybe uh, in their absence, I mean, you can decide to do it like a bit earlier than they before they wake up. You put up some decorations, wishing them the birthday, and when they wake up, they're gonna be surprised. Trust me, it's gonna be like a surprising thing. I would be surprised. I mean, if someone did that for me, but yeah, I'm joking. So that is tip one. I'm on. Do decorate the rooms. Get a room separate from where you live in. Maybe from your bedroom. You can decorate your living area, your saloon, or you can any of the rooms. I mean, if you're living in a mount room, like room house, you can choose one room. You decorate it without the person you want to surprise, without them knowing. So you do that. So when they show up, you'll be like, ta-da! There you go. So it's gonna work for you. That was tip number one. Another one, the second one, that I was thinking, this one I took it from the way how work is done right now, apparently these days, and because this is how we're working. Zoom, you can't ignore Zoom in this distancing. If someone can't come through to your place, you can choose to Zoom in your friends, to call them, and then you can have an happy hour like together. You set up this Zoom call, maybe on a big screen, and you can celebrate. You can take shots from the comfort of their homes, wherever they are. You make a call, and you can celebrate in easy way like that. You don't have to go out, but you still have a good time with your homies, with your buddies, everywhere they are. So that is another option there. You can make a Zoom call with your friends, and then celebrate. And what else? Tip number 3. All right, got one as well. So you can also decide to make a special dinner. I mean, as classic as it sounds, dinner can be. I mean, these tips, for example, these ones, some of the tips I'm dropping, they're working for couples, people staying together, or friends, or whatever. But if you're alone, for example, the Zoom call can work for you if you're living alone and don't have to wait for anybody. Could be a couple as well, like but living in a distant place, so you can do that as well. You can Zoom in. So for a dinner, I mean, you can prepare something if you're good in cooking and stuff like that. Good at preparing all this kind of food. I'm not good at cooking. I know it's time consuming. I wouldn't do that straight out. I'm not so good. I'm trying to be, but I'm not that good to dinner level preparation. I'm at omelette level preparation. Scrambled eggs level preparation. That's where my cooking skills are still ranking at. So if you come in that area, I'm really good. But beyond that, I'm not yet up to that point to surprise someone with food and stuff like that. I mean, if I do that, I may just disappoint them and ruin it. So for the dinner, you can do that if you can cook, or you can book out something, or a delivery to be brought. Just you can choose to reserve one, because apparently some restaurants open. You can go there, and they're observing some social distancing. You can go into that kind of atmosphere if you choose to do that. But it's all a lockdown situation anyway. Another cool thing that I thought about, like And this one doesn't matter whether it's this period of a lockdown. It could be valid for any kind of situation. You can mobilize your, friends or loved ones and tell them to, create some really beautiful birthday wishes, like video clips, like you put up all this kind of stuff, you put them together, and you send to your person you want to surprise. Could be your brother, your sister, whatever. You can play them, or you just be like, yo, wake up, got something for you. You open your laptop, whatever, you open up anything you have, your computer, then you're playing these beautiful wishes from all the people. So that means you have to put in the work to inform the people whether you want to surprise your friends and loved ones, your family. You tell them what to, how you want them to surprise your friend. I mean, just a little bit of about the wish messages. It means a lot, to the person you're trying to plan. When it comes to surprises, most of the times, surprise and gifts for me, in my perspective, is most of the time it doesn't matter how much, how heavy the gift would be, but what matters is the gesture behind that if someone remembers and says something, most of the times I've had friends, trying to overthink, gifts. Oh my God, what am I going to give out for the birthday? I'm kind of, thinking what to say to, the thing is, you just keep it simple. The point is not what you're giving out. The point is the gesture behind that. The gesture of you giving is what matters. I mean, I don't know if you agree with me, but it's my point. This is how I say it. If someone comes and, but if it gets a cent, like a 50 cent, and be like, you know what, Francis, this is just for you. This is your gift. Like, without my knowledge, I'm going to be so happy. I'm like, yo, this person took a time out of their day in a busy schedule and remembered about my birthday. That means you hold a place in those people's mind and hearts, So that's what matters. So the gift, and however how precious, how expensive it has to be, I don't think it matters most of the times. So if most of the times it's the message behind it, the gesture behind it. So these little videos could be a very good thing. That was tip one. That was number 4, something like that, I think. Yeah. I didn't have so many, I just came up with things like that. So you can buy some tips, you can use them. Actually, you will let me know which one you think is cool. Like in the comments or something like that later on. You can send me some emails and to comment what was the best one. Now, in this quarantine birthday, celebration, I've seen people getting creative. I've been all over the internet. I've seen people getting creative, in a sense whereby people are doing the one thing that really melted my heart is like the drive-by birthday parties that are being celebrated. These are really, really beautiful things to watch. I've seen them all over the internet, whereby the person that is celebrating the birthday could be a kid or an old person, whoever's celebrating. People choose to drive through the neighborhood, drive by the home of the person, and whether they honk, whether they shout out the name. I mean, it's just really, really nice thing to watch. It's so heartwarming, and it shows you, it shows you like the value of humanity. It shows you how it's something really beautiful to watch. It shows you how much people want to share love, but they still have to be cautious and careful. So they do it in the safest way. They drive by the cars and then they honk to the person. I've seen numerous videos of kids. It's most of the times parents are doing that for the kids, and it's a very good thing. That kid grows up and knowing he's got or she's got her back covered by the community, by the neighbors. They show love to her at an early age, which it reinstates the confidence and this kid's soul to grow, that she knows I'm loved. That's a very, very, very important thing to know, that you loved. So showing love in that way is so within this lockdown situation, I've seen drive-by birthday parties being so popular, all over the place. And I really, really agree with that. It's another way you can just go with it. It's amazing, really beautiful thing to do. So may look, here's the thing. As long as you're growing, it's not about just celebrating. For me, I see birthdays and all these anniversaries and all that kind of stuff like as a reminder, as something that you have to click, to it's a reminder code. That's the best word to use. It's a reminder code to show you that hey, here we go, like now you've added another one. So you have to know, like, what's going on, what's up. It's just like it's time to check yourself, how you're progressing, however much we're about celebrating and all kind of stuff, but still you have to check all the kinds, all parts of your life, what's going on with you. I mean, on this year you've added, what is the difference between the previous celebration you have for birthday, and then what is the difference since then up to now? What has happened in between? What has gone by? What has added on you? What has happened in between that? That's what you look on. So growth is not only in the age, but I think it must be in all areas of your life, right? And for me, this is what I think. You see, I think birthdays are the best days to set, resolutions. When they say that, all right, I'm waiting for the New Year's to set my New Year's resolution. I think, in my opinion, and now everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but I think the best day to renew, to make your resolutions should be your birthday, because this is a personal thing, But fine, the New Year's is a good one, but this one is a personal thing. It's on you, So whenever your birthday comes through, when they say you make a wish, I think that should be your resolutions list. You have to know, all right, what am I gonna do? What? So that gives you for sure something to look up to for the next birthday. So when the next one comes through, you're gonna look back on your life. All right, the last birthday, my list was blah 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 A B C D, and now this one, what's gonna be? He set a new list, because when we're still kids, they used to tell us, oh, okay, make a wish. And you made these, hypothetical, gigantic wishes. Oh, when I grow up, I want to be an astronaut. You'd be like, yo, all right, it's good to dream. Fair enough. Oh, when I do this, I want to do this. When you're still growing up, it's good. It's really good. It sets up, But when you look at it as well, actually, it's all goes down to that. It's always been. It's like teaching people, or young ones, or whoever celebrating. Like it's behind that is like a goal setting celebration, and it's something to check with your life, and so that's how I see birthdays. So I dig a bit deeper than just cutting cakes and blowing candles and all that kind of stuff, and drinking and getting drunk, all that kind of stuff. Before all that happens, that's the last piece of the puzzle of the birthday. But then before that, what happens is, I have to do a personal check, like a check out of what has happened in the previous, like since the last birthday until this one, what has happened. So that's how I look at it, and that's how I do it, myself, and I think it's not a bad thing to take on. So for my birthday, for this year, I happened because now my previous birthday, I didn't have a podcast. Now you see, that's one thing that I've done. So if I happen to check on myself, it's like my list, like to check myself, and you ask me what happened from the previous year. I'm like, yo, last year I didn't have a podcast, I didn't have a voice, but now I have a podcast where I can put up my thoughts, my all everything, my comments. And I laid it out here, and I can share this. I'm proud to share this with my friends and my people who are listening, to whoever listens to this. So this is the point. This is a very good example to say that, last year I didn't have this, and this year I have this now. I have a podcast, which I consider really a good move for me, because I love doing it. I love talking. I love sharing. This is my passion. One of my passions. Got a lot of them, but this one of my. I love talking. Sometimes, sometimes you feel like you're not given enough time to talk. But since you're on our own podcast, so you keep like, let me talk about it. Let me let it out on my own podcast. So this is what happens here. So for this episode, for my birthday on this episode, I decided to reach out to my friends, and I told them, you know what, I want to surprise me. I want each one of you. I reached out like for about 6 friends of mine, and I told them, you know what, send me one of your best. Actually, there wasn't like 6. There were like there were 10 friends of mine. I love them to death. I love them all of them. But I had to choose like 6 of them. The best birthday wishes, jokes, and stuff they sent to me, and I told them I'm gonna use them. I'm gonna read them on my podcast, and I will mention one of their names. So I'm gonna read you my top 6 like birthday messages. I'll call them funny messages they sent me, my friends. And at the end of that, I'm going to be mentioning the name of I'll give you a shout out to my friends, whoever sent me this. So, my first one, it came from my friend James. Yo, James, what's going on? He's in Durban, South Africa. So, James sent me one. He said, yo, Francis, don't mind me. But he said like, yo, listen, wait. He said, Francis, don't mind me, but ask anyone and they will tell you the same thing. Calling you young would be a mistake. A huge mistake. He said a mistake, he put like the exclamation mark, and then he had like with capital letters like a huge mistake. Thank you, James, man. I love you, man. I love you, man. Hopefully I'll zoom you in, man, on my on the day. We'll have to catch it up, man. But thank you for the text. I think it made it from the list. Out of 10, you made it on the list. You were. I'm counting down. That was 6. The 6. You're on number 6. So that was my first one. So let's go through the 5th. So. This comes from our friend Steve. Steve is in So, all right, Steve. Steve says, as your friend, I'm here to remind you of significant things, like always save money for retirement. Come on, man. I'm not yet on the retirement age. Come on, Steve. But he says, as your friend, I'm here to remind you of the significant things, like always save money for retirement. But anyway, you have a point, bro. You have a point. I really agree with that. It doesn't matter how old you're gonna be. You always have to, to look out for the future. You have to save for the future, man. That's what happens. Yeah. So still, thank you for a reminder, buddy. I love you, man. Love you to death, bro. All right. There comes my girl here. My girl Rita from. My girl Rita from Virginia. She's in Virginia right now. Man. She say like. She says like, yo, Francis, count your blessings, not your years. You don't have that. Listen to this. Listen to this. It says, yo, count your blessings, not your years. You don't have that time. You don't have that kind of time. Literally, meaning that it's too many. Come on, Rita, come on. But anyway, I love it too. That's why I made it to number 4. It's a nice one. I like it. It's kind of funny too. It has got some wit to it. So, all right. I will look at it in that way. No offense taken. I won't count my years because it seems to be much. So on the third one, I have my girl Lillian here. She sent me a message. She say, come on. She say, if you believe in it, you can be anything. And he says, unless you want to be young again, then I'm afraid you've missed that train, old pal. Oh my God, listen to this girl. So, if you believe in it, you can be anything. Unless you want to be young again, then I'm afraid you've missed that train, old pal. Come on. All right. Being young is beautiful because you don't care about nothing. You don't care about shit. It's everything is like what is happening. So that's the only thing. If you haven't asked me, the only thing that you should be missing about being young is that. Only that. Like being like you don't care. You don't give a damn at all for nothing. You don't care. Everything is like you feel like a Superman. You own the world. You run the world. And so that's. But I won't be there like wanting to be young again. I mean, it's just one way. It's just one way, but forward, nothing going back again. So that's it. But anyway, it makes sense. I like it too. It's like, so say in believing it, you can be anything unless you want to be young again. Then I'm afraid you've missed that again. Oh boy. All right. Thank you, Lillian. Thank you for that. I like it. My second one is like from Amber. Amber, she's in the UK. She says, don't forget to wear your birthday suit, but check it for wrinkles first. No, Amber, you sent me this kind of, the beautiful thing about this one, why I like it, it made me think, really. I was wondering about it, like, what does it mean, like, my birthday suit? Like, then I remember, like, your birthday suit is like when you got nothing on, like, you're naked. That's your birthday, and it's like, that's why she said, like, you check for wrinkles, and that means my body's like old. It's got to be having some wrinkles on it, so that's why I have to check. Oh, come on, Amber. So I like this one so much because it made me think and stretch my mind, and like I had to figure out what it meant, like, deeply. But it was pretty cool. I like it. So it's like, don't forget to wear your birthday suit, but check it for wrinkles first. Shout out to Amber, man. Take care of yourself. I hear what's happening in the UK. You guys are still running down with easing on the lockdowns, but I hope everything goes down real well. You guys get back to your normal life. I mean, hopefully everything runs back to normal. And the one on the top of my list is from my buddy Devi. He's called Devi. I call him Devi. Goes by Devi. Devi, oh my God, why did you think about this? It's so damn right? He said, happiness is like peeing in your pants. Everyone can see it, but only you can feel its warmth. And that's what you feel on your birthday, brother. Happy birthday. Yo, man, let's just let that one sink in a little bit. Let's just let that sink in a little bit. I'm going to say it again. I'm ready this one like 3 times for sure for you guys to hear the way I hear it. He says, happiness is like being in your pants. Everyone can see it, but only you can feel its warmth. And that's what you feel on your birthday. Happy birthday, brother. Yo, Dave. Man, you got me on this one, man. This was dope. That's why I chose to be my number one, my ultimate. This is a good thing, man, to look about like things. And the analogy you used is kind of is what makes it what categorize it as a funny one, but it's really so deep and meaningful. I like it. I like it, and by all sides. I'm reading it for last. It's like happiness it's like peeing in your pants. Everyone can see it, but you can only feel about warmth. Yeah, and that's what you feel. And this reminds me of my old day. I never wetted my bed so much, but I know a lot of guys out there. You wet our bed. I mean, everybody did wet the bed, but when he said about like the warmth, man, I remember those days. Damn, you just you just dream like you peeing somewhere. You dream peeing in a river flowing. And you let it out, man. But there's nothing that wakes you up like the warmth. It's the warmth. Oh my God. It's the warmth that wakes you up. So when David say the warmth is your feel, man, I understand. I do get it so much. It's the warmth, man. You just sleep and just dream. I don't know how these things happen, man. I remember when I was still a kid, my mom even just to limit the amount of water you used to drink before we go to bed. But either way, you couldn't stop you from being. You know, I mean, you could be there drinking and be like, enough. And I mean, those are the days when these diapers were not yet like, I never wore a diaper, man. I remember very well. I don't know, but I don't think I wore a diaper. Not like the kids today where they wear diapers until to the letter edge and stuff like that. Your parents, like, they don't have to worry about changing, sheets every time, like dressing the bed. There's a way how they used to set up the bed before you go to sleep. So it used to be like there is it's like a plastic waterproof cover they used to have to they lay on the bed, and then they put the sheets. I don't know if they've done this shit for you guys, but I remember when my mommy used to do that. She used to do that to prepare you for before you go to bed. Like, she puts that thing up on your bed, and then they put up the sheets on the top of that, so that when you pee, this thing just hits the waterproof plastic on the bed, so it doesn't go into the bed. So that's the kind of thing I remember. So, but now kids they just feed them into the diapers, and all that the parents do, they just check them on them kids like in the night, and then change the diapers and that kind of stuff. That's the world is evolving. I don't know where we go. I don't know what happens after the diapers. Maybe they will just get something that can fit on your genitals. They just I don't know, man. Technology and everything is just so fast. Everything is evolving on a very fast pace. So you don't know what's coming next. But anyway, whatever they're doing, I'm pretty sure they're just aiming at making the life easy for humans. Though there is some downside and all kind of stuff. But anyway, it's something that you can just stand in the way of. So if you choose to be on the pace, you have to adjust according to the growth, and So those were my top birthday messages that I got from my 5 friends, Dave, Steve, Jarita, Lydian. Shout out to you guys, Amber, Dave, and everyone who sent me those. I love you guys. Thank you so much for contributing to my podcast. I really appreciate that so much. So now, before we wrap up, I want to just give you just a few of some of the top, news running around here. For example, in Athens and Greece. So one of the top news that I think is the one there's one of the coaches for a soccer coach that passed away. This guy was famous. I think it was Olympiacos coach. He passed away. Sad news. I think it's called Elephantos. I don't know this name in Elephantos would be the name that was in English. Would change. It's translated like an elephant, but he passed away this week. And in other sports news, which is I'm pretty sure you're familiar with, it's everybody knows the Greek freak. The Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo. This guy plays in the Milwaukee, Milwaukee Bucks in the United States. So his young brother Alex Antetokounmpo, on Monday he signed a 3-year deal with a Spanish league basketball team. So this guy is also like growing into becoming a great basketball player. Now he's in Spain with a league called UCM Murcia. So this 17-year-old guy is a good guy. So he's also looking forward to becoming great into into a great player when it comes to basketball. This family is getting big. Who doesn't know the Greek freak? I mean, this guy grinded, and now his brother Alex is getting into it. You remember these guys were born in they grew up in Greece before they moved to Milwaukee. Bucks. Milwaukee actually I think it was in 2013. But this week on Monday, he signed a 3-year deal with his team in Spain. So good luck, buddy. Good luck for you. This is for everyone who likes basketball. I'm a good fan of basketball. I love basketball, and so it's one thing that I can just. So when I heard about it, I was like, I have to leave this one out. And gradually, everything is getting better. With the lockdown and the businesses, we as I mentioned the earlier episode, now it's gonna be like on the 1st of July. Looking forward to everything to get back. So this was a bit stretched episode, but it was fun. I'm looking forward to my birthday. I wish everyone who had a birthday who's gonna have a birthday like me, who's gonna share them with birthday. 20th June is gonna be my birthday, and as I say, shout out to all June babies, all the Cancerians. If you're a Cancer, you know that, yeah. Tell you what, this is a funny thing. I didn't know nothing about this zodiacs and all kind of stuff, but I grew to learn, from the information that I learned. Now I know. I pay attention to this thing, to the zodiacs, and mine is Cancer now. I know Cancer, so and Cancer is like in June, so. I know there's some friends of mine who are like in some other people sharing. I don't know that specifically which date, like, but I know I'm a Cancer. That's all I know. I don't go in too deep into the horoscope things, but shout out to all Cancer people. So I think that is it, man. This is for this episode, my quarantine birthday episode. I hope you guys enjoyed my time sharing with you guys all these tips and everything, and I look forward to to celebrating my birthday, and to you guys to wish you all the best. So I open up a page. It's called Case Nation, where you can go and join a group, and you find my podcast where I can be updated every time. I'm yet to open up a new a YouTube channel where you can go as well and watch all stuff like that. But meanwhile, you can access all my podcasts, all these podcasts, all everything. You can subscribe. It's on Spotify. You can find it on Google Play. You can find it on Apple, Apple Podcasts. You can find it anywhere, So what you gotta do is, if you don't want to, to be streaming live, all you gonna do is just download and subscribe. When you subscribe, that means you're getting notifications whenever I post up a new episode every time. And what you gotta do is just share with your friends and come and hang out with me all the time. In the next episodes, I'll be having visitors coming to join me. We'll be discussing different topics, as I promised you. So it's going to be a lot of things from all different, walks of life. So I'm pretty sure I'm looking forward to my first visitors, my first guests to come through, and we'll be sharing with you guys all that I got to go. So just know I'm not resting. I'm still looking for stuff. I'm looking for the best information to share with you guys. So all you got to do is just share and subscribe and download if you want. If you can't listen, just download this and then subscribe to get notification all the time. So I remember the platforms. You can get it on Apple iTunes, you can get it on Spotify, and you can get it on Google Play. So this is where you can go on my podcast. The podcast is called K as in Kappa, K Sport. That's why you gotta do it. As you can see the icon. So I don't think you can get better than this, man. I'm out. Peace out. Casey out.